Hello, welcome to the inthinc waySmart demonstration video. This session is part 3 of a 3-part series in which we walk you through the different components of the waySmart system. My name is Scott, and I'll be walking you through the online inthinc portal and showing you some of the features that you could take advantage of. Let's take a look. Welcome to the inthinc portal. This is where fleet managers can view information about their vehicles and drivers. The inthinc portal compiles information sent from the waySmart device, allowing managers to assess areas in need of improvement. Right now we're looking at the Fleet Administrator dashboard, which provides a nice blanket of information on the entire fleet. At the top you can see an overall score. This highlights the score of your entire fleet so you can see how your drivers are performing as a whole. Scores of 4 to 5 indicate your drivers are performing at a top level. Scores of 2 to 3 means additional training may be needed. And scores of 0 to 1 means that you should probably take the keys away. Additionally, you can view the scores for the past 30 days, 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months by simply clicking on the desired link. Below you'll find our trend graph, which plots out the group or team scores on a daily or monthly basis. For example, if you look at the last 3 months' data for the Salt Lake City team, you can see that the team performance is trending upward. Located below the trend graph, you'll find the average driving score for each group or division in the company. Notice our Salt Lake City fleet is performing at a higher level than our California fleet. If I were an acting fleet manager, I'd see this data as an indication that my California drivers may need more coaching. Fuel efficiency is another important feature to keep a close eye on. For the past 30 days, our Salt Lake City fleet is averaging 33 miles per gallon. Depending on the type of vehicles being used, this can fluctuate between fleets. However, it's a great tool to see how your vehicles are performing and if there are areas that can be improved. In the upper right-hand corner, you can find crash statistics. In this particular example, our fleet has been crash-free for the past 32 days, traveling a collective 11,170 miles. Directly below that, you can monitor the speeding behavior of your fleet. Here you can easily see distance driven and associated speeding behaviors. One thing I like to point out is the ability to see the percentage of time your drivers are speeding. In this case, the percentage is low, which is good. It shows my drivers are obeying the speed limits. Next, we have our idle tracking. This is an important feature to monitor because reducing idling time will potentially save your company thousands of dollars in fuel. Not to mention this will reduce the amount of carbon emissions your vehicles emit into the atmosphere and will help reduce wear on your engines. Here we see that our total idle time is less than 1% of the actual driving time. This is very good and lets us know that our drivers are not wasting fuel on unnecessary idling. One of the most impressive features is the live fleet capability. With this, you can know where your vehicles currently are anywhere in the world. If we zoom in, you can locate vehicles on the exact street and ensure they are in the areas that they are supposed to be. As we zoom in here, you can see that most of our Salt Lake fleet is currently here at our office headquarters in West Valley City. Looks like we have one straggler over here who's yet to report to work. And again, if I were an acting fleet manager, I may want to give this particular driver a call and see what their status is. Now, of course, all of this information I have shown you relates to the entire fleet. If we want to take a closer look either by group or by driver, we can do so by clicking on the Home tab and then selecting the appropriate group or division. In this case, let's select the Salt Lake City group. At the top, you can see that the Salt Lake City fleet is scoring a 3.8 average as a team. We also have a score for each individual driver below. If we click on the Vehicle Statistics tab, we can see the amount of miles each vehicle has traveled along with the fuel efficiency. Now, one of my favorite features in the inthinc portal is the live team map. Similar to the live fleet map I showed you earlier, what is nice is at the bottom you have an icon for each individual driver. By clicking on the icon, I'm immediately shown where that driver is located without me having to check each dot to find him. With overall score, driving style, and speed tabs, all the information gathered on the waySmart devices is compiled into simple, easy-to-read graphs where I can assess the performance of each team. In this example, you can see the majority of speeding violations are occurring between the 55 and 64 mile-an-hour speed limit. As we go back to the driver statistics page, it's worth noting that one of the nice things about this technology is that information can be differentiated between driver and vehicle. This is especially nice if you have more than one driver per vehicle. Let's take a look at Dan Ashby. As you can see, Dan is excellent at wearing his seatbelt. However, his driving style is somewhat aggressive and he is prone to speeding now and then. Over here we can view his last trip and see specific driving violations he has committed today. Now this is just his last trip. If we want to see his driving history, we can click on the View All Trips link and see every trip Dan has made for the past 30 days. One of the administrative features inthinc offers is the ability to receive alerts via email, text message, or phone call. If you want to be notified when there is an accident or when a driver is excessively speeding, you can customize your notification settings to receive an alert in real time. The Live Fleet tab allows you to monitor all your vehicles anywhere in the world thanks to our GPS technology. Another feature of the Live Fleet map is the ability to input an address and search for the nearest vehicles. This is especially important when there is an emergency situation and you need to know what vehicles are nearby. The HOS, or Hours of Service tab, allows us to view, print, or edit driver HOS logs when needed. One last thing to point out is our Smart Zones capability. Fleet managers can create customizable geozones around certain areas that they wish to monitor and set up specific attributes for. For example, today I noticed that this stretch of highway is currently under construction and has a new posted speed limit of 55 miles per hour. Speeding fines double in this area, so it's very important that drivers not exceed the speed limit in this area. With Smart Zones capability, I'm able to create a geozone for this section of the road and set a new enforced speed limit of 55 miles per hour. Now, if they go over 55 miles per hour, the device will alert them. I can also set up notifications if I want to know when they enter or exit the zone. Conversely, drivers will be notified when they enter or exit this zone, reminding them that they need to slow down. Smart Zones can be especially handy for remote locations where private or leased roads do not have an established speed limit. Another example of how Smart Zones can be used is from a customer of ours based in southern Texas. Working close to the Mexican border, there are many areas that drivers must travel through that are considered high risk due to the crime intensity. Wanting to keep an eye out on his drivers, the manager created a zone around these high-risk areas. Now he receives a text message alert every time a driver enters or exits one of those zones, making sure his drivers are safe. This completes our inthinc waySmart demonstration video. For questions and inquiries, please contact our sales department with the information provided. Have a great day.